Okay, she left you. So now you're sitting around wondering what happened and what went wrong. The truth is, this relationship is not the end, but it's a wake up call for you to become the best version of yourself. Fellas, I want you to stick with me to the end of this video because today I'm going to teach you how to get over her like a boss. All right, fellas, let's get right into it. First thing first, you have to learn how to be hurt. And when I say you have to learn how to be hurt, you have to understand how to process these feelings, how to understand that this is a part of it, and that men go through this all the time. They've been going through it since the beginning of time. I mean, it could have been a long term relationship, somebody you really liked, somebody you really cared for. Hey, it came to an end. You guys have to understand how to process these feelings and learn to be hurt. And that it's okay. It's natural. Because if you do not understand how to keep your emotions in check and you cannot process these feelings, this is where everything is going to take a turn for the worse. Another important key factor, fellas, is the no contact rule. This is hard for a lot of guys. When I say the no contact rule, after this breakup, you have to cut off all contact with her, whether it's social media, through friends, text messages, or phone calls. You literally have to go dark. I cannot express how important the no contact rule is. A lot of guys feel like if, after they break up with a girl, they feel like if they keep trying to contact her, reach out to her, that it's going to gain them their foot back in the door. No, fellas, it's actually going to do the opposite. You're going to turn her off. If she break up with you and you continue to reach out to her, contact her through friends or however you're trying to get in contact with her, it's going to turn her off, fellas. It's going to drive her farther away from you. I cannot stress that enough. You have to implement the no contact rule after a breakup. Despite what you're feeling, you have to buckle down and implement this rule because this is very important. It's going to do the opposite of what you think. And trust me when I tell you, if you continue to chase behind her, plead and beg and tell her how sorry you are and all this stuff, man, it's just going to make you look weak. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason why she probably broke up with you anyway is because somewhere down the line you got needy, you got insecure, you probably wasn't on your purpose, you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing as a man, and it literally turned her off. That is the 90% of why a lot of women get turned off. It's just they lose attraction for you, man. It happens. But chasing behind her and trying to contact her, it's not going to get her back. It's actually going to do the opposite and turn her off. And it's going to make things worse. A big important factor that you guys must implement is the no contact rule. If she break up with you, cut all ties. Do not reach out to her. Do not contact her. Go dark and move on with your life. And also, fellas, with the no contact rule, this is non-negotiable. Man, I don't care if her dog died. I don't care if a mutual friend died. It has nothing to do with you contacting her. Do not contact her. Because what most guys will do when something happens, they'll use that as a opportunity to contact the female. It's a no-go, guys. It's non-negotiable. No matter what happens, you after a breakup, the no contact rule must be applied. And guys, do whatever it takes. If you have to block her from social media, block her from your phone, do what you got to do. Now, do I recommend blocking? No. It lets them know, man, that you're not phased at all. Because blocking someone just lets them know that you're in an emotional state. But if you do not have the willpower and the strength to avoid contacting her, then you got to do what you got to do. Another thing, guys, when it comes to getting over her, taking accountability. What happened in the relationship, man? What happened? Did you cheat? Did you get needy? Did you become insecure? Did you get off your game as a man? What happened? What happened to turn her off to where she walked away? You got to process this, fellas. And you have to take accountability because it all starts with taking accountability, looking in the mirror. If you did something to ruin this relationship, hey man, you got to take accountability behind that. If you let yourself get out of shape, fat, you weren't on your purpose, you became needy, insecure, controlling, that's going to turn women off, man. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to leave you. Eventually, it's a boil over this just waiting to explode. They're going to leave you, man. Because it's like I always teach you guys, it's insecure, the lack of confidence, neediness, these type of things will turn women off. So the quicker you can be honest with yourself, if it was something that you did and you take accountability, that'll put you on the right track to start working on yourself. That's very important, guys. Taking accountability and working on yourself so that when you go into your next situation, you know how to handle it. And that's what it all boils down to, guys. Taking accountability behind your actions and what part you played in ruining this relationship to where it got to the point that she walked away and she left you. Hold yourself accountable, and you have to make that conscious decision so you can better yourself. Because taking accountability, fellas, is going to allow you to examine where things went wrong. Did you become weak? Did you become needy? Did you become insecure? Or better yet, did you ignore red flags in the beginning of the relationship when you first met this person? Sometimes that's a issue, fellas. You know, sometimes it just doesn't start within the middle of the relationship or towards the end. Sometimes it's always been there in the beginning. It just doesn't get to the point all the time where, oh, it just happens out of nowhere. It could have been something in this person from the beginning of the relationship that you guys ignored. So processing that, understanding that, and taking full accountability around that will help you and understand that taking accountability is one of the biggest things that you can do after a breakup. And here are some words of wisdom, guys. Pain is the best teacher. You have to use pain to level up. Understand your shortcomings, understand where you went wrong at, and fix it, because you don't want to continue to go into other relationships with the same bad habits that you've been displaying, especially if the cause of the breakup was your fault. And guys, going through this process, you're going to be tempted to chase behind her. And this is going to go back to the no contact rule that we discussed earlier. You're going to be tempted to chase behind her. But instead of chasing behind her, you need to be chasing your purpose. You need to be chasing those goals you had. Use this time and use this pain that you're going through. Take it and transfer it into goals and getting yourself to the next level. Chase your purpose and your goals, and do not try to chase behind her, because what's going to happen is you're going to lose track of yourself. You're going to put yourself in a bad situation. You probably could end up crashing out. 9 times out of 10, man, if you chasing behind her, and especially if she left and she's dealing with somebody else, man, you're going to be chasing behind her and you're going to run up on something that you don't want to see or something that you do not want to hear. And this is going to put you deeper in a hole. So take that energy versus chasing behind her and put it into yourself, man. Put it into your goals. Put it into your passion. Use this breakup to fuel the desire you have to get to the next level. Because, guys, the best revenge is success. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it's true. So do not waste your time into running behind her. Take that energy and put it into your goals. Because I'm telling you guys, if you chase behind her, you're gonna find something that you don't want to find, or you're gonna see something that you don't want to see. I'm warning you guys, it never fails. It never fails. And like I say, when you chase behind her, you're doing nothing but turning her off and you're running her away. And you know, the reason why she broke up with you is probably going to be confirmed in the hell. Okay, this is why I left this guy, because he's controlling, or he's not focusing on himself. He's needy. He's showing me that he's insecure. He's weak. So yeah, what I did was the right thing. So guys, do not chase behind your ex. Take that energy and put it into yourself. And when you're chasing your goals and your purpose, besides chasing your ex, it allows you to prioritize what is important in your life. And one of the biggest things that you could be doing versus chasing her is being in the gym, getting your body right, getting your health right. Get in the gym, fellas. This is a time where you can kind of connect with yourself, get your body right. As a man, you should always want to be in the gym from the get go. But just in case you weren't in the gym, if you weren't in shape, now is the time to do it. When you're going through a breakup, now is the best time to get into the gym, get motivated, and get your body right. Becoming the best version of yourself. This right here is also going to reduce your stress because you don't want to just be sitting at the house thinking, not doing anything. That's where a lot of your problems and trouble is going to come from, too. Sitting in that room and just sitting in that house thinking and giving yourself too much time and opportunity without being productive. And it's going to put you in a bad mental space. And it's going to cause you to either reach out to her, become depressed, or like some other guys, man, they end up crashing out because they got too much time on their hands and just too much time to think about a breakup. And I'm not saying you can't be human. I'm not saying that you're not going to think about the breakup, the memories, or whatever it is, man. You're human. You're going to think about these things, but you have to be able to control these thoughts. You have to stay productive and you have to stay busy. And some of the biggest ways is chasing your purpose, chasing your goals, and being in that gym and staying productive to keep your mind busy. Another thing that's going to help you guys get through this breakup is working on your spiritual and your mental growth. No matter what your religion is, what you believe in, it's going to give you self reflection. It's going to allow you to learn how to control your emotions by tapping into your spiritual side or growing mentally. Use this time to just get to the next level, like I say, whether it's spiritually or on a mental level as a man, learning to control your emotions, processing it. How can I get better? Self reflection, self help books, guys. Whatever it takes to keep your mind busy to the point where it's going to advance you, to help you get past this, it has to be done. A book that I would like to recommend to all the men, and it's a book that changed my life. It is called The Way of the Superior Man by David Dieter. You guys should pick that up. It's a great book and it definitely will change your life. I think every man needs to read this because it did help me grow mentally, spiritually, and it just totally gave me a well-rounded scope on what it takes to be a man, or also what it takes to be a man inside of a relationship or dealing with women altogether. So, fellas, definitely take this time to grow spiritually, mentally. Also, meditate, pray, whatever it is that you need to do to help you get past this, to keep your mind from being idle, it has to be done. So, take this time to get closer on a spiritual level and to grow yourself mentally. This will also help you in the future because, guys, it's going to happen, man. I went through it. I went through it young, breakups. I went through like my first breakup at like 18, but I learned from it. I'm a fast learner, man. So I learned from it and I grew from it. So definitely take this time going through this breakup to grow spiritually and mentally. And the next thing, fellas, avoid rebound relationships. I know a lot of people will tell you, hey, the quickest way to get over one is to get under another. That's false, man. Take this time to develop yourself because if you go straight from this last relationship right into another one, you didn't give yourself time to process this, to grow from it, or to learn from it. And 9 times out of 10, fellas, when you get into a rebound relationship, it's going to be just as bad because you're jumping from one relationship to the next to try to heal this pain of what you're going through. That's bad. Take time for yourself. Grow. Work on yourself. Get to the next level. Take the time to work on yourself so you can become the best version of yourself, so you can become better. Do not jump into a rebound relationship because it's not going to go well, fellas. Because you're just jumping into something to cover up the pain. And 9 times out of 10, you're not even scanning this person. And we all know that at the beginning of a relationship, it's always that puppy love phase. It's always good. Everybody is always sending their best representative in the beginning of a relationship. Who you getting in the beginning is not the same person you're probably going to get 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line. So, fellas, take this time after this breakup to invest into yourself to get yourself to the next level. Do not, and I repeat, do not jump into a rebound relationship because it will not go well, fellas. You're actually going to make things worse. And please understand also, guys, time. Time is going to heal all of this, man. It happens. 6 or 7 months from now, man, you're gonna be all right. Especially if you take time to level up and get to the next level and become the best version of yourself. Time is going to heal it all because this is just something that men go through. Guys, you'll get over it. Time is going to heal everything. You will get over this. But what you don't want to do is put yourself in a position to where you crash out. And like I always say, get yourself in trouble, chasing behind her, begging her, running up on something you don't want to see. She might be with another guy, dating somebody else. You crash out and things go downhill from there. No, a lot of men crash out behind women. You know, they hurt the women. I've seen, not personally, but well, I knew of people who've killed themselves behind women. I heard stories of guys killing women because they just can't move on. Fellas, some people call it a mental illness. I just think it's low self-worth, low confidence. You do not want to put yourself in a position to where you feel like you want to hurt yourself or you want to hurt her. So understand that time heals everything. And you guys will be all right. If you take the time to develop yourself, hit the gym, do not contact her, do what it takes to grow and learn from this experience, you will be all right. You're going to look up a year, 2 years from now, hell, sometime 3 months, you'll be all right. And if you look back on things, especially, if it was her who initiated, hey man, you'll look and say, you know what? This was the best thing for me because this person was not who I thought she was anyway. That's a big thing, guys. When women act a certain way or things go left, you thought they were this person, you put them on this pedestal. Dude, they weren't. She wasn't that person in the beginning. You just ignored the red flags. So you have to accept that and understand that. And like I say, time is going to heal everything. And fellas, this is what a breakup feels like. You have to understand that the pain is temporary. This is what happens. This is what it feels like. So you have to understand, hey, this is going to pass. And you have to take this time to look at this breakup as a lesson. Learn from it. That's a big key, fellas. Learn from it. Go through the process. What happened? What did I do wrong? Did I ignore red flags? Go through the process and look at it to make yourself better. Use this opportunity as a lesson versus getting a victim mindset. Becoming a victim, becoming depressed, becoming sad. No, use this as a lesson to get better for your next relationship. And the last and final thing, guys, hey, don't worry about what she's doing. Hey, don't worry about if she moved on because the moment she left, she moved on. Do not go investigating, hey, what she has going on. If she's talking to another guy, hey, man, that's none of your business. Get yourself together. So whether she's dealing with somebody else or she moved on to another guy, hey, man, so what? That's his problem now. And that's something that you shouldn't be worried about. Whether she's dating another guy, so what? Go through the process, focus on yourself, and let her go. So we coming to the end, fellas. I just wanted to give you guys this advice on how to get over her like a boss. If you guys follow these steps, trust me, it's going to make this process easier, and it's going to give you lifelong knowledge on how to deal with breakups and how to get over a girl. If you take these steps into consideration and you stick to them and you implement them, these steps will change your life, man, as far as dating and relationships. So, hey guys, click the subscribe button. I want you to like this video because I do want to keep bringing you guys more dope men's development content. Hey, I see you guys on the next round.